Welcome back to Zombies Remembrance. Let's get right into it. I don't own every map and Black Ops 1 will conclude where it was. Today we'll be looking at Black Ops 2, covering Transit and Nuketown. Wow, what a map. One of the most disliked of all times. And I tell you what, I love this map. No matter what others think, this has got to be one of the most innovative maps for its time. This isn't to say there's no flaws at all, the map was too much for its time, similar to Call of the Dead, where fog surrounds every location. So let's talk about this new cast. Gone are the days of the over stereotypical characters, and more based around a larger picture. How did this map come about, and who are our new heroes? Well, we've got three guys and a girl. Martin, the nerdy know-it-all, Russman, the dementia-ridden old man, Stuhlinger, who has a secret and holds it from the rest, and Misty, a farm girl. Yeah, she lives on a farm. The map is big with multiple sections, different floors, which means training spots and camping is available. These sections also have their own game modes such as survival, grief and turned. Right, enough dilly-dallying. You spawn in a bus station. The infamous bus horn blares as you spawn in with sleeping zombies and 2 exits. You can either buy your way out or do it for free with the crafting ability, where you build the turbine using free parts.
Can you stack the items like you would in other games?
No. You have to grab every part you want, one by one, which proves an issue with other factors like random item spawns for the shield and jet gun. Once you leave the room, you are out in a small area with burning buildings. The bus will stay for as long as it wants, whether or not the player gets on. So you hop on and realise there's a viable gun on the roof, the B23R from multiplayer, alongside what could be a hatch. Not that sort of hatch. This one can help the player get to the top of the bus, which I personally wouldn't recommend. After a journey into a road blockage from the fire and destroyed cars, you arrive at a diner and a mechanic. As far as I can remember, this is where the mystery box always spawns, but you can access the diner as well, where it holds Speed Cola and the MP5. Inside the mechanics, you can build a shield which can also be placed down. It's not bad, but compared to portable power at every corner without power yet, it seems the safest option to hold yourself away from the shield for now. The bus will leave quickly, so you hop back on again and end up past some cornfields, to which it stops at a farm. The farm hasn't got a whole lot going for it, aside from the Remington and a double tap. There is nothing else to do there, unless you have a gun in the fridge. However, if you want to do more crafting, there is the option to build the turret, which, just like the shield, is fairly useless unless you want to be very niche with your camping. And once again, getting on the bus, updating your potential loadouts, you arrive at the power station. You open a shed and jump down, collecting more parts for the switch, and turning it on will give you an in-game cutscene of the Avogadro. Now this is the only accessible part of the map that the player can choose to do. If you don't want to, you can just use the turbine and go straight on up and back over to the bus. In this area you can collect parts for the electric chap, which is actually decent for camping, however you will need a turbine to power it. The final stop awaits you after getting on the bus one last time. We arrive at town. This area is the most broken in my opinion. You can enter the bank and access deposit boxes where you can withdraw all of your points from previous games or deposit them for a later time. This can also transfer into other maps with the same crew, Victus. This is both good and bad because of the idea of accessing points when necessary and giving yourself a boost when it comes to the end of a gaming session. If you ever get back on the bus, you can get sent right back to the start. This map is a loop. Now, if you ever decide to ditch the robotic bus driver Ted, you can just run through the fog. However, with zombies coming at you already, you'll have to deal with the denizens. These freaky little critters will jump on the player, slowing them and damaging them ever so slightly. You can remove them by either stabbing them, meleeing them, using the Galva Knuckles, or have a teammate shoot it off. Or shoot it before it jumps onto you. With the avocado out loose, you will experience it every 3 rounds or so. In the box, you can get EMPs to damage it, alongside using the hatch in the diner to access the Galva Knuckles, which will give you an advantage. Pack-a-Punch comes back, but this time it's actually awkward. So not only do you need to build it, you also need to give yourself access to where it's located. Which means you need to do the following. Oh boy. Open the bank's 2 doors with grenades, go back down to the power station, place a turbine at the entrance of the power station, hoping for God that you have a zombie follow you back to town. Go back into the bank and check if the stairs are open. If it's not, you have to go all the way back to the bus depot, collect a new turbine, round back to the power station, and then back to town. Rinse and repeat, that is all it is. Such a tedious task that is just so unnecessary. Overall, the memories I had on this map could never go away, but with how I see it now, with all its details being monotonous and time wasting, there is really no point in playing this map aside from old time's sake. Nuketown is the Nacht of Black Ops 2. A simple layout, challenging atmosphere, and so much more. This map gives you the perks that drop in different round intervals. This also includes the Pack-a-Punch. If you ever played Black Ops in multiplayer, you obviously realise that Nuketown Zombies is based on the Black Ops 1 rendition, which is very strange because we've already had a remaster, and this is a trend that keeps following with every Black Ops installation. Nuketown is set at the same time as the Moon Easter egg. As I say, I saw the story in a third person, and seeing how the Moon Easter egg had affected the story is crazy. This is a survival map. Once you die, that Easter egg on Moon finally comes into play, and they finally destroy the Earth. Not only that, during the game you can actually hear Richtofen's radio
time is coming! Soon! So soon!
every few rounds, which is the steps that are being followed. For instance, trying to get that orb from one place to another, which is apparently very annoying. This map has a very gloomy outlook. Instead of being covered in fog, we have a giant tornado circling endlessly next to the players, as other ones surround the outside of the map. If I could describe this map with one word, it would be cold. The weather, the colour palette, and just the whole map being so helpless at the beginning. You can buy into one of the trucks, which costs 3,000 points, which is a hefty sum, but it can give you more wall buys, Bowie knife, Galva Knuckles, claymores, Semtex grenades, and even an AK-47U. You need everything you can on this map. This map is one of the most challenging, but it does so much better than Nacht because it tries to give you a fighting chance every single round. You need Jug, you're gonna have to wait. You need to revive yourself, you're gonna have to wait for that perk machine to drop, and it's all RNG based. But I will say this, Nuketown Zombies is also very user friendly. It is the most friendly zombies map as well. It gives you so much to explore, it gives you different areas to camp, it gives you so many opportunities to get the box, to get the weapons that you need to fight back, plenty of training, and the gardens are the best for training. Overall, it's one of the best maps. I know I can't say much about it because there isn't a whole lot. You can go upstairs, you can stay downstairs, you can crawl under the garage to grab a perk, whether it lands there or not. You can explore the different areas in the gardens, you can sit somewhere, you can run, you can hide, but the zombies will always chase you, and that's what I love about this map. The footage I recorded though was the most frustrating aspect, because it was so painfully annoying just to wait for Jug and then finally getting it, and then I went on a whole rant about how Black Ops 4 is better due to its perk system. So if you want to drive yourself insane without actually practicing beforehand, try Nuketown. It's fun. Thank you for watching. To answer unsaid questions, I just want to say I really don't own every map, but this is also based around my time playing a map with random players or friends, such as Black Ops 1. I have Call of the Dead and Moon, but I never played it initially upon launch, so talking about them would make me feel like the idea doesn't match with the theme of the video. Speaking of the next video, the next part will be covering Buried and Origins. I also want to thank someone for helping me the entire time of making this series a reality. Lewis, Immortal Ninja. I hope you don't see this during the script reading and development process, but I am hella grateful for what you do to help me make this real. Whether it's sending notes for the script or playing the maps with me or just hanging out on Discord, words really cannot express how much you've been an amazing friend. And I appreciate every single step of the way that you have taken with me. Anyway, be sure to like the video if you want, subscribe with notifications because I have no idea when I'll upload next. My name is Arjy Mist. Have a good day.